This is Brian Anderson. Coach Dan Van Gundy, Hall of Famer Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce round out our broadcast crew for this one.
Here we go.
You look at the Timberwolves.
Based on their first meeting, we know they can beat these guys. The question is, can they sweep the season series?
Well, watching the film from their first meeting, I think they have some matchups they really liked. They'll try to go back to those tonight.
And here's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Stan, the top pick in the 2021 draft, Cade Cunningham. He's made major strides the last couple of years, but what have you seen from him?
Well, he's a big guard who can both score and create shots for his teammates. I think this guy is a winner.
And Edwards slams it in.
Well, it all goes back to Jaylen Brown. He got the steal and then sent the ball back the other way.
And he banks in the layup.
As pretty much any coach, that's how he'd like to start the game.
And here are the Timberwolves. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. And Brown with the stuff.
Well, I'll tell you, Brown gets off the floor so easily.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, J.B. Bickerstaff had a few moments to share with me. I asked him directly about facing Anthony Edwards, and Coach said he's just so dynamic, right? Our hope is that we can control the pace, make this our kind of game, and he'll be a little less explosive. So the plan is to stifle Edwards by not letting him play at his tempo. Back to you.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Duren, the screen. On the wing, Anthony. The three is up. Offensive board. Just 5 to shoot. Brooks outside. The Pistons need to get one up quick. Let's go with a three. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Here's Roy. His offense has been solid, scoring around 11.5 points a game. Stan, on the tail end of a back-to-back, tired legs can be a factor.
Yet fatigue as part of a long NBA season. And to me, it's the veteran guys who know how to be successful even when they're not at 100% that do the best in these situations.
And it's Detroit with the ball after the Timberwolves picking up a basket a moment ago. Here's Cunningham. McDaniels with the rebound. And it's Edwards with the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Left side, McDaniels. From downtown. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
Stolen by Reed. Here's Edwards. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
And that one is stuffed right through.
Yeah, Edwards has some big bounce in his step.
To the paint. Duren. Knocked loose. The Timberwolves lead by 11. All right, Grant, I have to ask you, has there ever been a more intimidating team than the old bad boy Pistons?
Well, they weren't fancy, but they played hard and they played physical basketball. Every team that faced those Detroit teams knew they were in for a battle.
Out of bounds, Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession. And Minnesota making a change here. And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Cunningham looking it over. And Gobert with a block.
Well, you have to be aware of Gobert on the floor. He's got a few Defensive Player of the Year trophies.
Clock at 6. Brooks. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Great pass to hit him in stride. Love to see teammates in sync with each other.
Here's DiVincenzo, and that's good. His first bucket of the game.
The offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Yeah, and until the defense makes an adjustment, there's no reason to go away from what they're doing.
Yeah, the long arms, it's difficult to protect your shot from Gobert's reach.
Edwards, no good. Pistons trail up by 13. There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Anthony misses. And here's Minnesota now. They're on a 17-4 run. Now here's DiVincenzo. Right now averaging 5.5 a game. Outside Edwards. Three-pointer. Drills it from deep. Edwards has got 9.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with an impressive 16.
Timberwolves 20.
Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for the Timberwolves.
Well, they're playing with great pace, pushing the ball up the floor and attacking before the defense can get set.
And they've done a tremendous job just creating havoc defensively. Active hands have led to tons of turnovers that they've capitalized on.
The open shot, Cunningham. And the shot no good, a bit short.
You can hear him sputtering all the way over here. He knows he should have knocked that one down.
Outside McDaniels. Here's Roy. Over Ivy. Can't get a second shot to fall. Now 1 of 2. Pistons trail up by 16. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Jaylen Brown is playing with so much confidence. He said, quote, "I feel like I'm a different player. My body has changed. Athletically, I'm entering my prime. I'm more aware on defense and offense. I feel like on both sides of the ball, I'm playing the best basketball of my life."
Well, it shows, Allie, for sure. Anthony with a bucket.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Back to Brown. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
What a slam by Gobert. He's solid getting positioning inside and using it to his advantage.
And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
And here's Anthony. His offense has been fantastic, averaging just over 17 a game. Pass to DiVincenzo. To the middle. Here's Roy. Sweet little floater. Roy's got his second basket.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Three-pointer, Anthony. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving him.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Pass to McDaniels. This one for 3. The rebound by Stewart. And here's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Cade Cunningham has faced his share of challenges in his career, Coach.
Yeah, Brian, the injuries, the discouraging losses, but he's remained steadfast through it all. He's a committed and mentally tough player.
Believes in his game and now wants a team around him that can fulfill that need. And Stan, the league questioning the use of load management. I know you've wondered if it can even hurt conditioning.
There's no question, Brian. Look, since the age of load management has come into the NBA, injuries are up, not down. I think players have been deconditioned, and that's even before you get into the need of guys playing together more to gain a rhythm and an on-court chemistry. You know, like actually playing basketball together.
A novel idea. Pistons trail up by 19. Hardaway from outside. Again, the miss by the Pistons. And here's Edwards outside. Again, the miss by Edwards.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Beasley for three. Drops in the three.
And Hardaway isn't known for his passing, but he'll find you when you're open.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. 56 seconds left in the second period. Outside Reed. Here's Edwards. Right side Reed. Now Edwards. 11 points in the game. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Well, it might not be fair, but most nights we expect Edwards to put up big scoring numbers. That's what you ask of your stars.
They grab their own miss. Out to Harris. And Detroit another three.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest every arc.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That free throw no good. And Detroit making a change here. And he's good on the second. And the Pistons with possession here. They trail by 16. To the inside. Hardaway's shot is good.
Well, all of us coaches, we love when you can create looks in close.
Here's Edwards. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
Well, it's good to have a player on the floor with that kind of awareness. He recognized the situation.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Pistons trail up by 16. Well, Coach, it's been discussed a lot, but the Detroit Pistons set a record in 2023 that no one wants to match.
Well, that's for sure, B.A. No franchise wants to suffer through a 28-game losing streak. They thought that team had potential, but they just never found their footing early on, and then things just snowballed on them.
Duran, the screen. Here's Cunningham. And the shot goes.
Yeah, and Cunningham is one of the more difficult players to guard in that pick and roll.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Pass to Clark. The three ball. The rebound by Detroit. Anthony, left side. Back to Brooks. Now here's Duran. Cunningham with the ball. And Clark picks him up defensively. And that one's good. Cunningham.
Yep, and that's a confidence builder for Cunningham. Good to see him getting it done inside.
Outside Reed. Three-pointer. Connects from downtown. Reed's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Third quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by. Outside, DiVincenzo. Sochan with the ball. Pass to Roy. 5 to shoot. Clark outside. For 3, DiVincenzo. Duren with the rebound. Pistons trail up by 14. Here's Anthony. And Anthony slams it in.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
And they blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance at another one at the stripe.
Like a matador. Olé! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
And so Cunningham will bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. 15-point game. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves, no doubt, a team to be reckoned with. Coach Chris Finch said, we come in every single night and compete. No matter what the circumstances are, we expect to win. We root for each other, so I feel like we have all the makings of a tough team.
And they have reason to be confident, Allie. Thank you. So both teams making some changes here. Stan, you've coached some great defensive anchors in your time. Who do you view as the best in the game today?
Well, Brian, you probably have to start with Rudy Gobert, but we've got guys like Brook Lopez, Jaren Jackson, Anthony Davis, and then we've got 2 young ones coming up that could be as good as we've seen in Wemby and Chet Holmgren. Well, you can't sleep on McDaniel's athleticism if you're the defense. At 6'9", he can absolutely hammer it home.
1:46 left in the third quarter. Here's Shannon. And the call will be against Cade Cunningham. That's foul number 2 for him. And Detroit making a change here. Here's Edwards. 16-point lead. Nails it from beyond the arc.
And when it comes to the 3, they've been really dialed in here in the second half.
And Stan, while Edwards has pushed back, it hasn't stopped others from comparing him to his airness, Michael Jordan.
And that talk is more about how his game reminds one of MJ and less about greatness. Edwards' career is just getting started.
Inside. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
You're best to get out of Gobert's way. You don't want to be on the wrong end of that dunk.
Here's Cunningham. Hauled in by Brown. Minnesota leading by 18. Down low. And he jams it home with authority.
It's always a great sign for this offense when Brown is making plays for others.
And it's Brooks missing.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Here's Shannon. Brooks with the rebound. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Now here's Cunningham. He's got 5. Pass to Ivy. Back to Cunningham. Shot clock at 6. Stewart with it. Fires for 3. Parries it from 3. Got it off in time. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so it's Minnesota looking in total control with this 17-point advantage as the buzzer says.
51.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Minnesota leading by 17. Brown scanning the floor. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line.
First personal foul.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Minnesota?
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
Yeah, all game long, they've been also playing well inside in the paint. Lots of points are coming their way thanks to them attacking the interior.
Roy's shot is good.
It's so hard to pass up a three-pointer when the D is completely scattered.
Outside Schroeder. Pass to Harris. Back to Schroeder. And Grant, while we want the officials to get it right, I'm sure the league would like to shorten that time officials are at the table.
Tell me about it. You wonder if a time limit should be instituted. If they can't figure it out after a minute or so, just go with how it was called on the floor.
Outside McDaniels. Reed for three. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Outside Schroeder. Beasley outside. 6 on the shot clock. Looking to win the run. The Pistons rebound. Harris outside. Stolen. And here we go. The Timberwolves on the run. Oh!
Wow!
Filthy. I mean, just the arena is stunned.
He's got a deep bag of tricks to dig into. Pass to Beasley. Now Hardaway. To the right side. To the paint. Stewart with it. Back to Beasley. 5 on the clock. Takes a three. Second chance shot. Minnesota with a rebound.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
Inside. And stolen by Beasley. Right side Schroeder. Lays it up and banks it in. Schroeder's got his first 2 points of the night. And here's Minnesota now. A great fourth quarter. Just giving up 2 points. Edwards, that's good.
Well, I'd say any play with Edwards on the finishing end has a good chance of succeeding.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Stewart outside. Out to the right wing. Out to Harris. Back to Stewart. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Second personal foul.
And Stan, after starting his NBA career playing at center, the 6'8" Isaiah Stewart, more often now a power forward.
Yeah, look, Brian, he's improved as a shooter. He still looks more like an old school big at the 4 spot, but he can step out and stretch the floor.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Grant, with this new media deal, more broadcasters for the NBA.
You're right, B.A., and the league benefits economically. Hopefully, more innovation on the broadcast side, too, and a chance to even reach new fans as well.
And Minnesota with possession here.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Timberwolves.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And so this will lock down their 15th win of the year.
And that's a sweep of the season series. It's clear who the matchup favored. They'll wish they could have seen more of these guys.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Anthony Edwards.
And I love his composure. He didn't try to do too much or force things, but he was ready to take advantage of every opening the defense gave him.
Clark outside. "40 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Pass to Gobert. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play opportunity. Defensive Player of the Year 4 times over, Stan. Rudy Gobert tied for the record.
Yeah, Brian, alongside Dikembe Mutombo and Ben Wallace, and Gobert's capable of getting another one, too, assuming his countryman, Victor Wembanyama, doesn't start taking the reins.